This is Jessica Williamson with New Filmmakers Los Angeles. We are here at Camera Rich Los Angeles showroom in West Hollywood, and I have the lovely Katherine Griffin here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her film, Rose-Colored World. Hi, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
What's the story about?
The story is about a hairdresser named Gilda who's quite cynical, and she gets a new hair product in the salon. She reads the back of it, and it says to never mix that product with another product. And she wonders why, and so she does it. And when she does, she ends up putting on the glasses and going into this alternate world and having this fantasy happen that plays out in such a way that at the end of it, she sort of, her perspective on life has shifted. So she's no longer quite as cynical, and she sort of sees the world from a different point of view, which is really what the film's about for me, because, you know, our lives are really only our perspectives of what our lives are. Mm-hmm. And we can choose any perspective we want and live the life that we want to live. And so in a really short amount of time, that's what happens with her.
I mean, I think that's what was so great about your film, is it was really quirky and fun and light. What was the inspiration behind it?
Well, the inspiration started with the star, Cheyenne K. Spear, who's a really good friend of mine, and I had studied acting with her, and she's one of the best actresses that I know. So I wanted to work with her, and then another good friend of mine had this beautiful salon, so I knew I had that location at my disposal. And so those were my starting points, and then it brought up for me this fascination that I've had with hair products and with beauty products that always promise these big, huge, life-changing things right there in print, as if those things are really possible.
Like a miracle in a bottle.
Like a miracle in a bottle type thing. Mm-hmm. And so I sort of took that as my inspiration point and came up with Rose-Colored World.
Now I hear you shot Rose-Colored World on film.
I did, Super 16.
Which is basically unheard of now. Why did you use film? And tell us about that process.
Well, I'm a film lover, and so it just seemed like the natural thing to do. I wanted to go that direction, and we were lucky enough to get the Panavision Package, so we were able to use the equipment and the camera. So that was a huge gift to us, and I had the most amazing DP, Gonzalo Amat, who's one of my favorite DPs, and working with him was such a pleasure. So it really just worked out that way. But I also just love film, and even though I've now, since then now I've worked with the Red and I've done other things, but I just feel like as much as possible, when it fits the style of the film, we should use film, because for me, I love it, so it's a personal choice, I think.
So what is the Panavision Package?
So the Panavision Package, they offer it to filmmakers. You have to apply for it, tell them what your project is. And the package includes the camera and then the lenses. It's the camera package that you would otherwise have to rent, and in this case was donated to us, which was incredibly generous of them. But in terms of the whole budget, I would say, where it cost us money in film, we saved money in other places, and we were just able to make it work. Now, luckily, it was a very short shoot, and it was a very short film, so we didn't end up, needing to shoot for that long. But we had a wonderful crew, and we worked really fast, so. Yeah, so it might have cost a little bit less to shoot on a different camera, just in terms of transferring things, but I'm really happy with what we ended up with.
Fantastic. And what do you plan on doing with the film?
Well, yeah, so this film is going to be one of the first films in, so I have a new website called minimoviestudios.com that I'm going to be launching.
minimoviestudios.com.
And it's just that, it's mini movies. Movies that have a beginning, middle, and end, that really tell a full and complete story. I'm just fascinated with how quickly you can do that. And so that was, the impetus for doing such a short film.
So if somebody could do a Vine movie, would that go on this website?
It could, yeah. No, I would. Yeah, I would love to talk with people. I want to showcase my own very short films, and I want to showcase other filmmakers' very short films. And I have so many brilliant filmmaker friends, so I just think this would be a really great, forum and format to get their stuff seen.
So are there any other projects that you're working on right now?
Yeah, a few. One of them is a documentary that I'm co-producing called Laddie, and it's about the movie mogul Alan Ladd Jr., who used to run Fox and MGM and just, had this prolific career in producing and overseeing films. He was the one who greenlit Star Wars and all of the Star Wars films, got that going, sort of discovered George Lucas as a filmmaker, Alien, and just really like all of my favorite films growing up, this man had something to do with.
Very cool.
And so I'm working with his daughter, Amanda Ladd Jones, and she is producing and directing this incredible documentary about her father. So I'm really, really proud to be a part of that.
When can we expect to see it?
Well, we're hoping to get it into festivals sometime in the next 4 or 6 months. Like that's sort of our deadline with that. So hopefully in the next year, you'll be able to see that. I'm excited about that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for coming to join us.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to seeing what lies ahead in the future for you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Pleasure to be
Thanks.
here.